Okay, I'm here to show a little bit of what I was talking about earlier. I wanted to start working on this so it would dry so I could show it to you, but I can see now that you need to see some of this. So I did coffee dye the first one and dried it, and the black turned that purplish color, and I don't know where this brownish color came in, or yellow. But anyway, I don't like that. So I went and did it again. This time I did not coffee dye. I just did the inking over the top. But what I wanted to show you was, I tried to get this on the handle, where the handle comes. Let me keep this parchment paper down. This gel medium that I'm going to use is, I mean, it stays. You cannot get it off of your brushes or anything. It's just very, very strong, but it works really good. I mean, I just did this one piece and it's already dried pretty much. But what I wanted to show you on this before I do the rest is these corners need to come up like in a V here, and then when you glue, that's after you get it all, the back glued, then you're going to come in. I hope you can see this in camera. You're going to come in like a V this way and a V this way, okay? Now, a lot of people cut that off. They don't need the bulk, but this is very lightweight brown paper, so there's really no bulk. And I am going to put fabric on the inside of this, and I'll be stitching around it with the sewing machine. So I don't think it'll be a problem, but I don't like those corners to show. And it, you know, I don't want the cardboard to show. And if it did, I would buy those corners that Tim Holtz or somebody sells to cover up and actually make a stronger corner. And I may end up doing that just for looks too. So I tried to, this piece here, I'm just going to use the bottom or the top part of the knives in this section that was on that paper. I don't know if you saw that or not. And then this part here was kind of a fancy top of a spoon, and I thought that would be maybe nice to go across there like that. But anyway, so that's it on that video. I'll add this to the first video when I do the next one, and then you can see what I'm doing. Okay? Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, I am just going to show you this little bit of a video here, and then I'll connect this to another one after I show you this part. But I had to come over to my ironing station and do this. So this was in another video that I've done, so if you want to go look at that, you can. But I've covered the outside of the folder for Henry John Abele's journal, and I'm going to decoupage over the top of this and put a finish on there. But in the meantime, I want to do the inside of the cover, and so I've decided to put fabric inside here, and then I will stitch around the outside edge. So this is what I use. It's called Heat and Bond. It's a sewable fusible webbing that I use to adhere the fabric to paper, or to anything for that matter. But I'll get started on that and show you how to do it. The first thing I'm going to do, because I want this to be the right size, is I'm just going to draw around, try to save as much of this fusible as I can. You can buy this in the package. They carry it at Walmart, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, I believe, has it. Joann's has it also by the yard. This is not going to be perfect because I moved it, but Joann's sells it by the yard as well. So that's nice if you want to have, you know, a nice long piece for whatever reason. This one actually is 5.25 yards, so that's a lot. That will last you a long time. Okay, so now I'm going to cut around this fusible where I drew the line. And I hope you're getting this. If not, the whole thing is in camera, at least part of it. And then I will get back to getting the pages ready and things to start putting the book together. I'm anxious to get this worked on. Yesterday I was with my granddaughter. We looked him up. We did find him. All we could find was his death records. We really found his wife's name and his parents' name. They were on his death certificate. But that's about it. So what that means is just that the information about him has not been put into the computer, like on Family Search, which Family Search is the input of everything on there is usually people who volunteer, mostly the Mormons, because they're very, very big into family history. And they keep track of all those things, all those families. So it could be that he just has not been recorded yet. And but, you know, death certificate is public record. And he may not have had a, you know, good birth certificate. Or he was born in Germany, so we probably wouldn't even have it here. We would have to go to another type of website. Okay, so I auditioned several fabrics for this inside of this book. I'll show you really quick. I had this fabric, this brown and blue, but it was kind of big and florally, and it, I don't know, it just didn't catch my eye, although now it looks kind of nice. Then I found this one that's black, and it's got some burgundies. And then this one is just brown and black, which actually looks quite nice too. So I don't know. Now, I still kind of like the blue because I think it picks up the colors in the book. I mean, the brown does too, but some of the things that we put in the book, like this, for instance, picks up the blue. It also picks up the brown. Oh, darn. Now I don't know. Let's see. I'll just check the black again with the little flowers on it. Okay, I think it's between this brown or this blue. And I think I'm going to pick the blue. I do have more papers with this blue in it, so that's what I'm going to pick. Could be the wrong pick, but you know, I can always change it. I mean, I can always cover it up. Okay, so a big piece of fabric here. So I'm going to press this out so it doesn't have any creases in it. And then this, with this sticky side down, you can tell it's sticky. That is going to go down like this onto the fabric. I'm going to iron that on and read the directions on how to do it. If you're wanting to make sure that you do it just right. I've been doing this for years. I just iron it down. The only thing I do is wait for it to cool before I start to peel the paper off. So I'm going to just go along here and remove some of this fabric out of my way. I love this fabric. Okay, so now we have this, and this should fit. Let's just do it this way and see if we see any of the white paper. Okay, so I'm going to cut just inside of this white paper. So I'm going to use a ruler. I'm going to use a ruler to do that because I can't cut a straight line. So let's see here. I'll use, this is probably pretty straight across here. So I'm going to come in here. And move some things out of the way here. Still focused. You can still see me in the camera there. Okay, so I'm going just to mark 1/4 inch around this. And then I'll cut in this 1/4 inch. And there'll be a little border then around the of the paper showing on the back. And that was the first part of the video where I showed you how to put that on. I'm going to splice these videos together so it will be all in one. Okay, so I need longer scissors. Those are too short. Take me forever to cut this. So we're going to cut it just like this. You'll have to excuse my arm. I ran into a doorknob and I bruise very easily. So you'll always see a little bruise on me here and there. It's just, I guess, old age. Never used to do it. The doctor says they don't know why it does that. I don't know. It's not that they probably know why. They just won't take the time to help you with it. One says, oh, you need this kind of vitamin. Another one said, you're probably a little anemic. Well, I'm not anemic. So, I don't know. I think it kind of runs in my family too. My sister's starting to get them. And my brother's been getting them for a while. It's one of the hereditary things you have to go along with. Like baldness. Alrighty, so there's our paper. I'm going to rip the back of this off. I just take a pen and start from the middle and pull it off. If you do it before it cools, it may not attach to the fabric as well. Sometimes I'm just too impatient. Sorry if it's noisy. I noticed that paper sounds really crunchy on videos. Okay, so now I'm going to put this over this. I would have liked it to come a little closer to the edge. Maybe 1/4 inch was too much to take off. I think I'll just stitch it down, and I might do another stitching around. That'll really secure it. here I'm going to get rid of this little bit of paper that's sticking out. And I may put corners on this. I think that might look nice. Okay. So here we are with this all kind of even Steven. And then we're just going to iron it down. And I just want to kind of do this slowly, let it sit a little bit in each area. And I don't know if this is the way other people would do it, but this is the way I do it. Or I did it. I've never done I've never done this type of a book closure, the journal cover yet. So it's kind of new too. Alright, then I'm going to go over this and iron this down. I think it gives that, whoops, got that wet and I don't want to, darn it. Let me dry that. Alright. Hopefully that doesn't show. Okie dokie. So this is the inside and this is the outside cover. So that, I like that. See, that may turn purple because when I got this wet earlier, this dye that they used in this paper, it bled. You always have to test your paper before you do any avocado dyeing or any of that stuff. I didn't on this, but because I just didn't think it would bleed because I didn't use an inkjet printer to print this. It was store-bought, so I thought they had better printers than I did, but evidently not. So there's a little bubble there. But I'm going to put that Mod Podge stuff over the top of it, the gel, matte gel mat. Okay, so I'll be back in the next video, okay, and we'll finish it up. Thanks. Good morning, this is Rita Jensen, and I'm back to work on this cover again for Henry John Abele's journal. Part of this recording was recorded yesterday, and I'm this morning going to come in here and do the decoupage. But the first thing I want to do before I do that is do a zigzag stitch around the outside of this edge. I was going to come on here and do the decoupage, but then I realized that maybe my machine wouldn't like to go through the stitching. Okay, so let me stitch that real quick and then I'll get back with you. Just take a minute here to get going. And hold on, machine doesn't want to work. All right, there we go. So I'm stitching it with a brown thread. I'm sorry it's so noisy, but this thread is actually not your everyday cotton thread. It's actually quilting thread. And it's making this weird noise. I think I have just enough bobbin left to finish doing this book. Cover, I should say. I hate running out of bobbin thread in the middle of the project. So I hope it's not too noisy for you. Yesterday we went to my daughter's. I went to my daughter's. See her new pool completed, full of water and kids, and it was very refreshing, nice pool. It was hot though. She doesn't have quite the shade that I would like, but they had so many delays putting this pool in because of the COVID-19 that they were just thankful that they had it completed at this point. So, okay, so now I've sewed around that edge like that, and I thought about doing another zigzag on the fabric part, but I think I'm just going to do a straight stitch because I think, let me change this to a straight stitch, but I'll do kind of a long stitch and maybe go around it a couple times. Try to do this as fast as I can. Try to go around the corners without stopping and starting. Turn as I go. Today is Monday, August 14th? No, August 17th. Boy, time flies. My granddaughter's going back to school on the 21st, next week. And she gets to go back to her old job. She works on campus at a creamery, an ice cream type shop. Alright, I'm just going to do it one time. Yeah, maybe I'll do it. Sorry, I don't mean for this to be long. I just wanted to show you the process. If that's something that you wanted to do. You don't have to do this. You don't have to sew it at all. You could probably just glue it. A lot of people don't have a sewing machine. It's not hard to run a sewing machine. So if you can find one, like maybe your mom has one that she hasn't used, or grandma or somebody like that. I know I've got several. My granddaughters want a sewing machine. I've got one. Or there's yard sales, thrift stores, all kinds of places. Or brand new. And if you're just going to do this simple little basic sewing, an inexpensive machine is fine. Okay, so let's see how this is looking. Alright, so this is ready now. I'm going to put a little ink. I can see some of the white from the, what happens is the white cardstock or paper kind of pops through, but looks like I can cover it up with some ink. Just give more character to the book as well. That's one thing about your Tim Holtz Distress Oxide ink. This one's Vintage Photo. is it hides a lot of multitudes of air. Okay, so now that's a little bit dark there. I'm just gonna maybe, let's see where this folds up. That's the front. I'm not sure that I'm not going to put something else on this outside. And I did bend all of these a little bit, so it was bendy on the handle, on the flap, as well as the back edge. So I think that's going to look cool. And then let me see if we got this blue here with that blue page. And then see, we have some of this blue that I have put in it. I didn't plan on using blue at all, but I think it looks nice. Okay, so now we're gonna put this goop on it. And I think I'm gonna do the fabric side first because I haven't put any coat on that yet. Just putting my, let me see if I'm in frame. Yeah, a little bit more there. Sorry if I'm jiggling. Okay. Kind of move things around a little bit this morning. Going over to the, well, I took the camera over to the ironing area. Okay, this stuff is goopy as can be, but it's called Matte Gel. It's by Masters Touch Fine Art Studio. It's acrylic medium, and it's $12.99, but it's at Hobby Lobby. So a lot of times they have this brand. I think it's a Hobby Lobby brand, and they have it half price. So it was, you know, $6.50, but it lasts for quite a long time, I think. I don't use it that often. Okay, so I'm going to put it on straightforward. This stuff is extremely sticky. So if you get it on your hands, on your dishes, don't ever put it on. I put my brush one time when I use this in like a coffee cup. I'm going to get a little touch of water, a little bit of water over here on the side. I put it in a coffee cup, and I could not get it out. I could not get it out. So there must be a secret, but the label does not tell you how to get it out. So I just use this old brush, and as long as you keep it in water, I put a little, here's my little water over here, just barely tapping it with some water to get it to smooth a little easier. I don't like to put too much water on these because then they starts to bubble, and that's why I don't usually use Mod Podge. It tends to get bubbly, and that's okay if you're going for that look, like the front of this book. I was going for that crinkle look, so that would be okay. And when I bought this jar, somebody had already opened it and returned it or something, and I thought, oh my gosh, I want to get this done. This was another project I was doing, and I'm like, I don't want to go all the way back to Hobby Lobby. So I went ahead and used it. So I lost a little bit because somebody else decided to try it. Evidently what they needed it for was not what they needed. And I've done that a lot, but I never take it back once I use something. Never take it back. Okay, so now there's nothing more I can do except wait for that to dry. And you know, it dries fast. So I'm going to set my water over here. I'm going to set this gunk over here. And let me move this whole thing over to the ironing area. And let's see what we're going to come up with here. Okay, so let me get, I want to shake the camera. Try not to shake the camera. Okay, so here is his packet of stuff. And like I said, we looked earlier online yesterday to try to find more information on him, and I just didn't really find anything. So I was kind of hoping to find out, you know, exactly his immigration and that kind of thing. So let me just browse through here. Let's see if this is upside down, or yeah, that's right, upside up. And see if we can't start putting. Now I usually put things on pages where you can't write. This one I think you could write on there, so I don't want to put anything. But this one here we could put something. We could put something here. We could put something here, but it's kind of neat, the texture of the book. This is a journaling space. Okay, so we have this card here that I was going to put this pocket on this music page. And I don't know. Might not be nice in the on the music here, in between the pages. Let's see what other pages, because there's a journal page, journaling. And just kind of break up the journal, all the extra journal pages. And I also have to decide what's going to be the center of the book. So usually on this, if I do something like that for the center, I will put like pockets here, or a belly band. I found this one cool paper, and that's got that. I must have just spilled something. So how about making this a pocket? So I'm going to fold this back this way, and then I'm going to go this way. And this way. I'll sit that down in there. Let's see. Maybe around the corners. One of the reasons I like to round too is because if I decide I'm going to sew, I don't have to stop and start. I can kind of just go right around it. Okay, so let's see. Let me clip this here. Okay, that clips out. And I wasn't prepared like what I might do when I finish that other cover. I'm waiting for it to dry, so I mean, we might as well just go ahead and try and work on pages. So I'm going to stitch along here. No, I can't stitch there. Oh, I lied. I'm going to stitch along here first. And then I'm going to come back and stitch on the sides. Okay, so bear with the noise, and I hope I have enough bobbin just to get this stitched. Okay. I'm glad when I'm finished with this brown thread. I can try a new thread. Kind of went too far over with my zigzag. Okay, so now I'm going to put that back on there. So what I'll probably do is make 2 journal cards that will fit inside here with the leftover papers from this kit. I'll collage it, but I'm not going to make you sit here and watch that all that collaging. So I'm going to put this on a straight stitch, and I'm going to stitch around there with the straight stitch because I don't know how much paper I'm going to have. Let me just start up here at the top. I mean, how much thread I'm going to have. Hopefully, I'll have enough to get around the whole page. Again, you don't have to do this. This is just kind of what I like to do. Almost all gone in here. If I run out of thread, I'll just have to come back in and finish stitching it with another color. I did it. All right. That was it. No more. Okay. So see that looks pretty good. Although I could have. Okay, so then that side is journaling on that side. Journal on that side. Okie dokie. See how quick that is just to, you know, and then I can decorate here too, maybe, figure out something. Okay, so I am going to make 2 journal cards for there. Yeah, that's... I could print. See, I was going to put this on the cover, but I'm not sure what I want to put on the cover now that I made it kind of a different cover. But I could do 2 of these, one on each side. I have different colors. Oh no, that's the same color there. I'm going to do that, or I could put this color. That might kind of, I don't know, that looks good too. They both look good. Well, I'd have to sew on, make this a little sturdier. I don't know. Seems like a lot of things I have in this kit are too big. Alright, let's see. What can we put on his... What can we use for a pocket? I don't think those are... I think these are too big. This is very heavy. Cardstock that I printed this. I really didn't like the thickness of this, but it was coffee dyed, and I just picked up a bunch of coffee dyed paper and put it in my printer. This is heavyweight cardstock that you get at Hobby Lobby. I don't know what the weight is because I don't really think it tells you on the outside. Well, that might be cute there as a journal card. It doesn't, I mean, we can set it right there. Or I can make put this on the front of a bigger card. And that would be his name. I'm going to leave that there because I think that would be kind of nice to have. And I might just put it on a bigger card stock. I don't have anything just laying around here at the moment that leaves cardstock. I have this menu from a ship line, but I was going to find a place to put that. Okay. I think some of this I'm going to have to do off camera. It's almost like I can't see what I'm doing, but I had another little type of a project here somewhere that I was working on, and I've got this little envelope that I can put in a pocket once I get pockets made. I did want to use okay, that's a journal page, that's a journal page, a journal page. This one I was going to use for this one I was going to use for a belly band. It was kind of short, so I guess I can use it on this book page. Maybe on this side. Yeah, that'd be a good side. Let me put some ink on this. You know, you kind of just have to start putting this stuff on. If you think about it too much, you'll never get it done. This is out of that baseball book. A bunch of American flags hanging. I think they're at the stadium and they're hanging over the edge of the stadium. My husband, when he was young, he lived in New York City, and they would go to the Yankee Stadium, and climb up on the top of the stave and watch the games. I guess there was rooftops or something maybe across from it when I was a kid. Those were the days. Okay. Alright, so that's that, and then we can put our little envelope in there too. Guess that's dry enough to leave in there. Okay, and these will be centered up before we do this actual binding. Okay. Now this one here is quite the book. And I think I might just want to clip it on. It goes this way to a page, so it could be clipped onto a, you know, next. Oh, I think it was this page I liked, this background. So I'll make a paper clip that the hidden paper clip so you can't see it. Okay, here's another belly band. And I should put this on a page that's got a bunch of stuff. Oh, it's not strong enough. Oh, that needs trimmed. Let's come back and trim that. Okay, let's see. That might look kind of good on the map page. I have to cut that off. Okay. Sorry if I'm being quiet. That's what happens when I'm trying to think about what I'm doing. I have to turn that off a little bit. To come back and ink these pages, and I can do that off camera, but I would ink around all. Oh, I didn't ink around this. No, that was not good. Got to have a little ink around it, especially when you can see the white through the back of the page. Okay. Now this guy here, I was going to do a page, something like that. These are already all sewn. But I want to do it where they're pockets. So this has a pocket to slide something in there. So I would glue from there to there, and then maybe another tuck here, and a tuck here. Okay, but these are so plain. Let's see. Well, let me ink them to start. And I feel like my ink is not that good. I need to pull out a new one. I did get a new one. I don't know if anybody puts water or anything on them, if that helps. Okay. And then I think I want to I guess there is kind of a small hole punch there in the center of that. And put a little eyelet in these. See where they are. Alright, so that adds a little bit to that. Let's put an eyelet in this one. Okay. I think you can still see that's 1922, but I'm thinking if I put something in there that would probably hide it, what the number is. Okay, let me put an eyelet in those other two, just because I think it adds a little bit. Okay, so let's see. I could probably leave this out, glue around this one. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue around this one. I'm going to leave that one free from right about there. Make sure that's there. I don't want to get okay. Now this one can be there, and that could be a journal card on the back side of that. Then these two, I will glue this one to here. So I'm going to glue this guy to there. See if I can do this. Okay, I'm just glue him to there. And then glue this and this down so there's a tuck on that side. Okay, so do I want that string or I think I've used this string before and I don't remember if I really liked it. But let me try. It does look more like a tag string. It's just very stiff. Maybe that's why I don't like it. All I need to do is rip it. Alright, I'm just going to leave it like that for the moment. This stuff I don't like. Okay. So now I'm going to glue there, across to there, and across to there, to about right there. I just want them to be able to see that that's a 9. Okay. So there's that tag, and then we just need a little tag to put right there. And let's see, some poppy tickets. I don't like those little girl faces on that. To give it a little bit of color. So now let me go with our hole punch. So these little things that are, I don't cut those out, I wait and then I just take my hole punch and punch the corners off. So it looks more like a ticket. And then take my little scissors and kind of do a shredding thing. Come up. Okay. This works good for the hidden paper clips. You know, where you put the paper clip inside here. That works good too. I may have shown you how to do that. I'm not sure, but okay, so there's one little thing, and then we can, you know, they can always put another tuck back in there. Let's see what else I have that's, so this is a little notebook. That's kind of cute. Has pages in it to write. So, I don't really want to cover up the 1922, but otherwise it looks plain. We'll just leave it like that for now. Okay. So that's that page. This one we have to do, I'm going to have to sew a blank page on there. I'll do so they can journal on it, on this. Now this one I have as the center of this. Okay. So, I don't know, I just like it that way. I don't really want to put anything on it. I'm just going to leave it I'll cover this. And we have a map here, and this is Cleveland area. This is where he lived. Lakefront or Lake View. Somewhere around here. Okay, then we have this guy that I think I'm just going to... There's a journal card. Nope, that's not. I've got to sew around that. So I'll have to do that because I have to put thread in my sewing machine. Okay, so that, and then this little guy set on top of that. So let's put him on. There's, okay, we got to fold this pocket up to make another pocket. Like that. Then I think I'm just going to put him, this little bug, right there. I'm not going to glue it all the way at the, what do you call it, the paper part. We'll just leave that kind of free. And if it gets a little more jaggedy, it gets a little more worn. Okay, so now there's a pocket there. So let's see, what do I have? I may have used these already in some of the pockets, so I might have to... Oh, I know, I did make more cards. Where are they? That was from the other... Hold on a second. They're in here. These here, these are from My Porch Prints. This top, not these, but these guys are My Porch Prints. And then this was one I already had. And that one. And this was Janie B. Journals, her tags. And then there's another thing there too. But they're all in my links, so if you just go there, you'll find it. I want a little bit. I may change my mind what I put in there. Just, it's always too big or too small. So I kind of like this color, and I'll sew around it and it'll look better. Okay, so now I'm going to attach this to this page here. And this pocket we made with the coffee filter, I believe. That was in one of the videos of this journal. So far I can't kind of remember exactly what journals were what. And I'm not going to put... My glue is coming. I'm losing it. I don't have enough in here, I don't think. I mean, I need to refill it. Okay. Just lay that down because we don't need to see Oklahoma. Never went to Oklahoma that I know of. My granddaughter said, you know, you could have the same guy and then different information that people put in, because it said somewhere that his wife was born in Texas and his oldest son was born in Texas. So... But I couldn't find where I saw that. So All right, so these are all journaling pages. Lots of journaling pages. This one is really kind of dark, so maybe that's too bad. Yeah. I was thinking just a tuck here. Put some lid on that. That's kind of pretty. That green was pretty with that. And just do a tuck. I should probably sew around that though. Well, I'm just going to make a tuck. I'm going to get fabric tack for this because this is heavy cardstock. Heavy piece. And I'm almost out of the other glue anyway, so I'm going to do a little heavier. Okay, so that'll be, oh, I forgot I want to put this picture in somehow. So that's simple. I mean, it's not a big production of a thing to do, but it's a pocket. Now this one, I have this somewhat ready to make a on a journal card or something, or on a pocket. Let's see, what kind. I don't know that I want to put it in this book though, because we are getting quite a lot in here. And I need a journal card to go in here or something. So something like that. I don't want to cover up that. Maybe just a small tag. I don't like to cover up what I put in. That's my problem. Just a little tag like that. Or one of these short ones. That would be cute. And I'll just sew around that and ink it up. And these here, I think I cut them together. And I put background on there. And I'm going to make just a little journal card out of them. So I could put something like that. They'd have a little writing place inside of there. You know, journals, you can go on and on and on. I mean, I could put little pages inside of here. If I had one of those little staplers, I've got to buy one of those staplers from, that everybody has. So see, I could just staple the top of this, and I have this little paper here, like that. I might leave that in there because I might staple that. I mean, I would cut it off at the bottom. But just, we could open it and have a few pages to write in. So I think that's fun. When I write my journals, and I never get around to making a journal anymore because I've been doing it for videos and to sell. But I just love to pull out those little special things and then write, you know, a little message in it about something that happened, and it doesn't have to be in any order of the book either. Could just be a special event of sorts. Okay, so I think that might be enough to fill in that book right now. We have this book here. And, okay, we've got this little guy. And this is very heavy. Yeah, this one is going to have to be clipped in. And it's going to have to, that's a little envelope. It's probably going to have to be on a page that's heavy enough to hold it. Maybe, I don't know, that's not very strong. But I like the green. I like the green. All right. And sometimes, yeah, on the other side, I think that middle piece is gonna, no, it's all right. It's very heavy. Maybe that, I'm gonna have to find maybe something heavy, another page. Or sew 2 pages together. But I don't want to lose that green. I like that. Okay, then we've got this. Journal pages, journal pages. Okay, here's another map that we can cover. So on this side I can put a pocket. I thought sure this was going to be pocket size. I may have to cut it down. I didn't put this in yet, I don't think. Alright, we're not going to have this part on there, but I have the TV on in the next room. I hope everybody doesn't hear that so much. I just now realized it. I mean, hopefully it isn't bothering anybody. A lot of times I play it just to have a little noise around me. Alright, so let's see here. I could take off a little bit off of each side. This is an erasable pen. It's Fixion Clicker. It's erasable. It's made by Pilot. And it also, if you write on fabric with it, you can iron it away. It's pretty amazing. I use it in my quilting all the time. Alright, so I'm going to put a little punch hole. And, of course, the desk is totally covered. But I want to see how long. It is 4 and almost 4.5. So let's do 2 1/4 punch. A little less than. There's 2 1/4. Let's do 2 and. I don't know what that marking is, but a little less. Doesn't look like the middle. Okay, 2. Oh, it's 5 inches. This would be closer to 2.5. There we go. That's to get the center mark, and then on my punch I have these 2 lines here that help me center. Sounds like rain again. I feel like we've had a real rainy season. A real rainy August. Okay, so I got that, and then I was thinking I want to put some of this back on here. So let's just rip that off. Could use glue stick. I may have to. Okay, and then this little part here. Just want this little word that talks about, it says Lakeview Park, Cleveland, Ohio, which is very close to where the address is on the passport where he lived. My daughter says, "Why do you want to know about that guy so much?" And I go, "Oh, it's just history. It's just a person." And she goes, "Well, what are people going to use this journal for?" And I said, "They'll do family history in it. They'll want to write about their grandfather or something, and these things will be in there, but it won't be his things, but then they can add their stories. It's not like we put the guy's name right on the journal." Well, I wasn't planning to put it. I want to call it that, but it doesn't. I just bought the journal that the lady's name was Lyman, because and it was a picture in Madison, South Dakota, which is where I was born. And when I was born, my parents farmed a farm. They did a sharecrop, or whatever they call that, for the Lyman family. I think it was the Lyman family, or his name, anyway. But anyway, that was the name of the journal, Lyman, and it was in South Dakota. And I'm like, that is just too coincidental. So all right, I think that looks cool. And then we'll put a couple tags in there, and I'll come back and I will do, it's like a bookmark, so that would be kind of cool. I will come back and I don't think we need, I have some collages, but oh, they're in my other book. I don't think we need a collage on it. They can write on the back of this. They can write on the back of that. I'll stitch around them. Put a tag on that. And that's done, that page. Okay. That's the center. That's an ugly center. So you don't want that. So let me find something more appealing. I may have to come through and change these out a little bit. Let me see here. There's another page with the watermark on it. Can't really make that a center because being awkward to read going sideways. This would work. And I'll cover that up. And this looks like Farr, F-A-R-R, which is my first married name. That's my son's name. Sons' names. I have 3 sons. I have twins and older son and 1 daughter. So my oldest son will be 51 this year in October. So hard to believe. And then I think my twins turned 47 this year, and my daughter will turned 49. Or maybe she's, yeah, 49. Okay, so that might be the middle. Of this one. So I'm going to see what I can do to decorate it up a little bit. Maybe 2 pockets at the bottom. This was from Janie B Journals. Part of her pack, paper pack. Yeah, I think 2 pockets would be nice. I find 2 things that would be a matching. I want to put this ship one into. That was on his collage. It looks like a German stamp on the back. So I don't really want to, I don't know if I should glue it down or not. Somewhere, somehow, that needs to go in. And postcards are just not the right size sometimes. You know, you think you have a lot of I don't know if I like those. They're French ladies, but I don't know if I want them in there. They're too long, but I can cut them off. Just make some, how about, like right there, make belly bands. No, I want to cover up that mistake. And this, okay, so these are not the same size. Maybe in the center of this I can put the copy of the passport, like that on one side, and put, you know, this part of it on the other side or something. Okay, so I'm going to curve this side to match that. I think I'll curve that side. Okay. This video is probably getting too long, so I'm going to have to stop. As soon as I mark this and cut it, I will stop this and a little bit shorter. Let's see if I can do it without putting it back in the cutter. So I want to get it done. I need to put a little punch hole in the center of this. So I'm going to look and see, this is the center. Hold on a second. Let me punch these at the same time. So they will match. I mean, I'll have to cut that part off yet. And I'm just going to put a little bitty punch hole. Nothing major. Okay. That's going to go right there. And it's still crooked. I do not have an eye for measuring. It's not that much off, but it's enough. Okay, now we're good. All right, I'm gonna set that way, and I'm gonna get this and see if it's dry. It's dry, but it's also left it kind of a white film on it. Huh. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. And then the last time I used this stuff, I used it on white, so that didn't even become a problem. Well, I'll let it dry. Yeah, see, it's weird. No wonder the people took it back. Piece of thread stuck in that. Well, the only thing I can do, it looks like, is maybe just run over it with ink. It just darkens it up a little bit so that it's not... I might just put a coat of decoupage on it. I might spray it with some spray, what do you call that, sealer, and then do the ink over it so it doesn't grab it so hard. I'm a little disappointed in that, but hey, you never know, right? But it's fixable. Everything is fixable. Because it doesn't look that... I didn't do it on this outside. Oh, yes, I did. I didn't do it on the outside, but I glued it to the light bulb box. So the glue is on the other side of this. I haven't done a top coat, so I'm not going to. I can spray this with a spray. Or I don't have to do anything really. I mean, it doesn't have to be coat it. It's not like you're going to take it out and put it in water. Or, you know, get it outside. My other journals I don't coat. Okay, well, that's the end for today. And I'll see what I can do to fix this cover, and I'll let you know. I'm a little disappointed in that. But you guys have a great day, okay? And I'll be back with you tomorrow. Thank you.